The Cleveland Browns just dropped a bomb. Shedeur Sanders is their QB1 for 2026. No leaks, no media spin, just a direct message from the team. Every prediction about Watson or Gabriel, out the window. The Browns are betting big on year 2 and the stakes couldn't be higher. And if Sanders lives up to this hype, Cleveland's quarterback scene could be completely transformed and the NFL won't know what hit them. Subscribe for daily NFL drama, breaking news, and viral sports moments you don't want to miss. From the very beginning, Shedeur Sanders was born into football royalty. His father, Deion Sanders, isn't just any athlete. He's a member of both the College and Pro Football Hall of Fame, a man whose name carries weight in locker rooms and broadcast studios alike. Growing up under that shadow wasn't easy. Every move, every throw, every game Shed played came with expectations that most kids couldn't even imagine. But instead of breaking under pressure, he learned discipline, preparation, and accountability from a very young age, lessons that would define his approach to the game forever. At Trinity Christian High School in Texas, Shed wasn't just the coach's son. He was a leader and his father made sure he earned that title. Deion called the offense, guided every decision, but he also demanded Shed take ownership. That balance of guidance and accountability forged a quarterback who could read the field, stay calm under pressure, and make split-second decisions like a seasoned pro. By the time he reached his junior year, Shed wasn't just participating, he was leading. He carried the team to a state championship, proving he could handle big moments, big expectations, and big pressure without cracking. But it wasn't just about talent. Shed learned the importance of consistency, work ethic, and mental preparation. His father drilled him on film study, on understanding defenses, on reading the subtle tells of opposing linebackers and safeties. Every drill, every practice, every game was a lesson in accountability and leadership. And while other kids his age were worrying about social media or Friday night parties, Shed was studying, practicing, and refining his craft. That early immersion into football culture didn't just teach him the X's and O's, it built a mindset, a mental toughness that most rookies spend years trying to develop in the NFL. Beyond the field, Shed learned resilience. Being Deion Sanders' son meant constant scrutiny. Coaches, media, and even peers questioned whether he was earning his success or relying on his family name. Shed absorbed criticism, used it as fuel, and turned it into motivation. He wasn't just playing for himself, he was carrying a legacy forward, ready to prove that he belonged at every level from high school to college, and eventually to the NFL. And that's why his story is different. This isn't a quarterback who stumbled into the spotlight. Shedeur Sanders was forged from day one, built to handle pressure, to lead under the brightest lights, and to grow into a franchise quarterback. But that foundation is exactly what might make him a breakout QB in 2026, and what happens next could shock every Cleveland fan. After dominating at Trinity Christian, Shedeur Sanders knew the next challenge awaited him: college football. He chose Jackson State, a program that would give him both opportunity and responsibility. From the moment he arrived, it was clear that Shed wasn't just another quarterback. He was a meticulous student of the game. He approached every practice like it was a playoff matchup, breaking down film, reading defenses, and perfecting his timing with receivers. The result: a 23-3 record as a starter across 2 seasons, a remarkable feat that quickly put him on the radar of scouts and analysts. In 2022, Shed's consistency and poise earned him the SWAC Offensive Player of the Year. But the award was just a reflection of something much deeper: his efficiency and decision-making. Unlike quarterbacks who rely solely on arm strength or athleticism, Sanders showed a rare combination of calm under pressure and precision in execution. Every throw, every read, and every adjustment demonstrated a quarterback not just playing, but thinking, anticipating, and controlling the game. His ability to adapt on the fly made him not only a statistical standout, but a true leader on the field, someone teammates could trust in critical moments. Yet Sanders wasn't satisfied. The success at Jackson State was only a stepping stone. He craved bigger challenges, a stage where he could prove that his talent and preparation could compete with the nation's best. In 2023, he made the bold move to transfer to the University of Colorado, stepping into a Power 5 conference with higher stakes and tougher competition. It was a transition that would intimidate many, but Shed approached it with the same calculated discipline he'd displayed since high school. In his 2 seasons at Colorado, he completely transformed the program's trajectory. He shattered records, finishing as the school's all-time leader in passing touchdowns, and elevated the team's offensive efficiency to levels they hadn't seen before. In 2024, Sanders posted a staggering 165.9 passer rating and was named Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. He wasn't just winning games, he was rewriting expectations for quarterbacks making the jump from smaller programs to major conferences. Scouts and analysts began to take serious notice, recognizing a player who combined elite mental processing with natural athletic ability, someone whose precision, timing, and leadership could translate immediately to the NFL. Shedeur Sanders' college journey wasn't about flash or hype. It was about growth, adaptability, and proving he could dominate at every level. From Jackson State to Colorado, he consistently elevated his game, refined his mechanics, and prepared for the NFL stage. This efficiency, combined with an unshakable football IQ, set the foundation for a rookie season that would exceed expectations. And that ability to adapt and dominate at every level is exactly what makes his second NFL season one to watch. The ceiling might be higher than anyone expects. When the 2024 NFL Draft rolled around, expectations were high, but the spotlight didn't shine as brightly on Shedeur Sanders as it did on some of the early round prospects. Despite an incredible college resume, record-breaking stats at Colorado, Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year honors, and a reputation as a cerebral, efficient quarterback, Sanders fell to the 4th round, picked 144th overall by the Cleveland Browns. For some, it seemed like a surprise. For Sanders, it was opportunity. Draft position never defines a player, it only defines where the journey begins. From day one, Shad approached the NFL with the same meticulous preparation that had carried him from high school to the Big 12. He studied the Browns' playbook relentlessly, learned from veteran quarterbacks, and focused on building chemistry with his teammates. The early practices were about understanding timing, adjusting to defensive speed, and managing the mental pressures of professional football. Coaches immediately noticed his poise and willingness to absorb criticism, traits often missing in rookie quarterbacks. Shad wasn't flashy, he was methodical. He was earning respect quietly, the kind that doesn't make headlines but shapes careers. By midseason, the Browns' coaching staff recognized his potential to contribute immediately. Injuries and roster decisions opened the door for Sanders, and he stepped in without hesitation. In just 8 games as a rookie, he threw for 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns, demonstrating that his preparation translated to production on the field. His decision-making, pocket presence, and accuracy under pressure drew attention from analysts and teammates alike. For a 4th-round pick, being named to the Pro Bowl as a reserve was a statement. Shedeur Sanders wasn't just a project. He was a rising star who could compete with established NFL quarterbacks. Off the field, Sanders displayed the same focus and discipline. He balanced the demands of the NFL with personal pursuits, including music, which he used as an outlet for focus and creativity. His maturity and approachability quickly made him a leader in the locker room, someone who could unify a team while maintaining competitive edge. Unlike some rookies who falter under scrutiny, Sanders handled attention and expectations with a calm confidence that belied his age and experience. By the end of his rookie season, the Cleveland Browns weren't just impressed, they were invested. Sanders had proven he could manage a professional offense, make key reads, and maintain composure under pressure. Drafted later than many expected, he turned what some considered a slight into a launching pad. The foundation was set. The Browns had a quarterback who understood preparation, could execute in the clutch, and was poised to take the next leap in his career. And as we head into year 2, the question isn't if Shedeur Sanders can start. It's how high his ceiling might truly be and how quickly he could reshape the Browns' future. As Shedeur Sanders heads into his second NFL season, the Cleveland Browns aren't just handing him the keys, they're strategically shaping the offense around him. This isn't happenstance. The front office, led by GM Andrew Berry and head coach Todd Monken, have made it clear. Sanders isn't a placeholder. He's the quarterback moving forward, and the team's moves this offseason reflect that confidence. The Browns aren't waiting for the NFL to dictate the narrative, they're creating the narrative themselves, signaling to fans, players, and the league that Sanders is their man. First, consider the personnel decisions. The Browns have added weapons at key positions to support Sanders' strengths. Rookie wide receivers drafted for their speed and route-running precision are being integrated alongside established talents like Jerry Jeudy and Isaiah Bond. The running game, led by Clinton Junkins, remains a cornerstone, giving Sanders a balanced attack that forces defenses to respect both the ground and aerial threats. Monken's offense is designed to maximize Sanders' accuracy and decision-making, emphasizing quick reads, play-action opportunities, and adaptable schemes that keep defenses guessing. The coaching staff has also focused on refining Sanders' mechanics and mental processing. His rookie season proved he can handle the speed and complexity of NFL defenses, but year 2 is about elevating his game to a new level. Practices are tailored to simulate pressure situations, late-game scenarios, and blitz-heavy defenses. The goal is to create instinctive responses, so Sanders can operate confidently even when the pocket collapses or plays break down. This preparation is what separates good quarterbacks from franchise quarterbacks, and the Browns are committed to giving him every resource to succeed. Another subtle but crucial part of the strategy is controlling expectations. The Browns know Sanders' rookie numbers were promising, but they also understand that development isn't linear. By managing media narratives, emphasizing team growth, and providing mentorship from veteran leaders, the organization is setting an environment where Sanders can thrive without the added stress of unrealistic hype. This approach also sends a message to other quarterbacks in the league. The Browns aren't chasing big names, they're building continuity and trust in their own player. Finally, the floor and ceiling are clear. Statistically, Sanders' second-year benchmarks put him in line with successful mid-round quarterbacks who became reliable starters. But with the Browns' supporting cast, refined offensive schemes, and Monken's guidance, his ceiling could be explosive. If he continues to develop, the Browns could have a top-tier quarterback leading a competitive AFC contender. And if everything clicks this year, Shedeur Sanders isn't just proving he belongs. He could be the quarterback who redefines the Browns' future faster than anyone predicted. Year 2 is always the true test for a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders. His rookie season showed flashes, but now the numbers matter. Analysts often measure second-year quarterbacks, especially those drafted in the mid to late rounds, by how they progress under real NFL conditions. Historically, quarterbacks picked in rounds 4 or later rarely dominate immediately. Instead, they need to establish consistency, show command of the offense, and prove that their rookie season wasn't a fluke. Sanders has already demonstrated poise, but the Cleveland Browns are expecting more than just competence. They want measurable growth. Looking at past examples gives a surprisingly clear roadmap. Dak Prescott, a fourth-round pick in 2016, threw for 3,324 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions in his second season across 16 starts. Brock Purdy, drafted late in 2022, put up 4,280 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions in 16 starts during his second year. The average line for quarterbacks in this category lands at roughly 3,137 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions, with a completion rate around 64%. These stats represent a functional starter, someone who doesn't dominate every week but keeps the offense operational, avoids critical mistakes, and allows the team to win games. Sanders' target isn't perfection, it's reliability with the potential to exceed expectations when opportunities arise. Sanders' rookie performance already hints at his floor. 1,400 passing yards and 7 touchdowns in just 8 games prove he can handle pressure and make correct reads. But year 2 is about ramping that up. If he hits the average benchmarks from similar quarterbacks, it validates the Browns' decision to invest in him, keeps the offense stable, and allows the team to build around him instead of searching for alternatives. His interception numbers, decision-making under duress, and ability to maintain consistent mechanics will be key indicators. What sets Sanders apart from the historical average is his supporting cast. Cleveland isn't relying solely on him. The team is investing in complementary talent, wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends designed to maximize his efficiency. If these pieces click, his stats could surpass the typical second-year quarterback ceiling, turning him into a legitimate contender for top-tier performance. The floor is solid, but the ceiling is where things get exciting. So as Sanders enters year 2, the real question isn't just whether he can meet the numbers, it's whether he can shatter them, potentially cementing himself as the cornerstone of the Browns for years to come. Shedeur Sanders, year 2 isn't just about his growth, it's about the ecosystem around him. A quarterback's success depends as much on his supporting cast and coaching as it does on his own talent. The Cleveland Browns are aware of this, which is why GM Andrew Berry and head coach Todd Monken have carefully structured the offense to maximize Sanders' strengths while minimizing exposure to rookie mistakes. This isn't a team hopping for flashes of brilliance, it's a team building a system designed to elevate its quarterback. Wide receiver depth is crucial. Sanders will have Jerry Jeudy stretching the field with precise route running, while Isaiah Bond adds explosiveness on intermediate routes. The rookies in this draft class are being groomed to step into significant roles immediately, not just on paper but in practice and preseason reps. Their skill sets, speed, hands, route precision complement Sanders' quick release and anticipation. When defenders focus on Jeudy or Bond, Sanders can exploit mismatches with the younger talent, opening the middle of the field for high-percentage throws. The running game is equally vital. Clinton Junkins provides more than just yardage. His ability to read blocks and pick up blitzes gives Sanders extra time to survey the field. Monken's scheme uses play action to create confusion for defenses, forcing linebackers and safeties to hesitate, which buys Sanders crucial milliseconds. A balanced attack doesn't just rack up stats, it protects a developing quarterback from being forced into high-risk throws that could stall growth or damage confidence. Tight ends and offensive line coaching further reinforce stability. While the offensive line is not yet elite, Monken's staff emphasizes communication, pre-snap adjustments, and protective schemes designed to handle creative blitzes. Tight ends like Harold Fan and JR, and others provide reliable checkdown options, giving Sanders short, high-percentage throws to maintain rhythm and reduce turnover risk. These details are the difference between a quarterback who merely survives and one who thrives. Coaching isn't just tactical, it's developmental. Monken has a track record of accelerating young quarterbacks by tailoring film study sessions, mental reps, and situational drills to individual strengths and weaknesses. Sanders isn't just running plays, he's learning to read defenses before the snap, anticipate pressure, and adjust in real time. Every practice is a simulation of high-stakes scenarios, creating muscle memory and decision-making speed that will pay dividends in critical games. All these pieces, receivers, running backs, tight ends, line, and coaching, form a precise ecosystem. Sanders' ceiling is only limited by how well these elements synchronize. The Browns aren't gambling, they're constructing an offense that turns potential into production. And if every piece clicks, Sanders won't just have support, he'll have a machine built around him, primed to launch him from promising rookie to game-changing franchise quarterback. Shedeur Sanders' rise to QB1 hasn't just been on the field, it's happening in the court of public opinion. The Cleveland Browns aren't leaving his narrative to the media or social chatter, they're taking control. From Instagram Reels to Twitter posts, the franchise is framing Sanders as the undisputed starter. This isn't hype for clicks, it's strategic positioning, setting expectations before critics can question his readiness. Fans are responding and reactions are electric. Social media polls, fan forums, and comment sections are flooded with excitement and debate. Some see Sanders as a generational talent in the making, while skeptics question his experience and durability. But the Browns' messaging is clear. Year 2 is his opportunity, and the organization is backing him publicly, sending a signal that this isn't a temporary experiment, it's a franchise-defining decision. The media, of course, has its narratives. Analysts dissect his rookie season, comparing him to other mid-round quarterbacks who became stars. Every throw, every stat line will now carry more scrutiny, and every victory or mistake could be amplified. But Sanders' preparation and mental toughness make him resilient against outside noise. This controlled messaging, combined with his on-field development, creates a powerful feedback loop. Fans rally behind confidence, media stories reflect franchise faith, and Sanders benefits from a foundation of trust and expectation. By actively managing the narrative, the Browns ensure Sanders isn't playing catch-up with rumors or speculation. Instead, he's shaping the conversation with every throw, every practice, and every highlight reel. And as the season unfolds, one question will dominate. Will Sanders' performance validate the Browns' bold declaration, or will critics force a narrative shift before the lights even dim on Year 2? Shedeur Sanders' Year 2 is more than stats, it's a statement. The Browns have built around him, crafted an offense to highlight his strengths, and controlled the narrative before critics can interfere. Fans are buzzing, the media is watching, and every snap will define his place in Cleveland's future. Sanders has the tools, preparation, and support to not just meet expectations, but surpass them. The floor is competence, the ceiling could be franchise-altering. So the real question isn't if Sanders will succeed, it's whether he can become the quarterback the Browns have been searching for all along.